It's 8 o'clock. It's Monday night. You know what it is. Let's go.
Wake up, everybody. I just wanna start a new day. Just remember what I say.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Memorial Day weekend 2021. Awful weekend. Awful. Just rain and fall rain, except for today. Today was good. Today was pleasant. I hope you got all your fun in today because this weekend was just really bad. Just rainy, cold, all that stuff. I was not going to come on today. I wasn't going to come on today. It's a holiday, but I had to come on because I had no plans. This Memorial Day. And so I thought that I'd spend a little time with you guys. It is not going to be a full show. Probably going to be on here for a little bit. Probably not expecting to see too many people because I'm sure everybody's out there having a good time, doing their barbecue thing with their family. Have fun today. Remember, however, the purpose of today to honor our servicemen and women who have served this country, and have given of themselves to protect us. Remember to celebrate them and to honor them, and then have your barbecue and your burgers and all that good stuff that comes along with Memorial Day. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you had enjoyed as much of the weekend as you could. Today, what I did with the help of Buddha Sincere's dad was I changed my faucets to my two sinks in the double bathroom. What up, Sky? Yo, you? What up? Good? What's going on, man? How you doing, Skylar, out there in where are you now? Where you? Idaho, Iowa? Where'd you move to? Well, what's up, Mr. Lopez? How you doing? Sky, where'd you move to? Did you move to Iowa? I'm not shouting out your business. Not like I'm going to roll up on you out there. But you recently left New York. Ohio. Oh, Ohio. Got it. I hope you're doing good out there, brother. We got to get together and do some music again sometime soon. Mr. Lopez, how are you? Thank you for joining me on this Monday, May 31st, Memorial Day, 2021. Like I said, what I did today was we changed out the faucets in the bathroom because they were leaking. They were leaking they weren't like just leaking. They were pouring out. You could we were in the bedroom and we could hear the water, hold up. Got to shout out my man, Sky Stallings. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, brother. I hope you're having a great one. What are you, 18, 19, something like that? 20, 21? What's that? Let me see that. Hold on. Absolutely. You better hit me up when you start recording again. There's a couple of things that we need to get done. 37. I'm just shouting you all out, all your business out. But you putting comments up, so I show my comments. So yep, it's fun. 37, brother. That's a beautiful thing. I remember that. I remember 37. It was quite some time ago. But I guess let me see how long ago was that? 37 for me was about, oh my God, that was 15 years ago. Yo, that's crazy. I look good though for my age. I'm not old, but I look pretty good. At least I think. Thank you for saying it's all good for me, shouting out your business all over the internet. You're my man though. I appreciate it. What's that? Hold on. We went to the Little Island. Yeah, I saw that on Pier 55 with the grandkids. Great place. We got to check that out. If I can get there soon. We're making some adjustments in the house. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Coming from a gentleman such as yourself, I appreciate that. I look good for my age. I appreciate it. But yeah, so we were changing the sink sockets. Well, moo. The moo is not a cow moo. Actually, it's a little bit different than the way he has it on there, but that's an inside joke for us. Don't call me yet, Alex. I know you're probably gonna call me not yet. I gotta tell this story. So I'm changing the faucets. I'm changing the faucets because they were leaking. I see these guys are up on their comments. No, I'm not 60. I am 52. Well, actually, I'm not even 52. I will be 52. Right? Yeah, I'll be. Wait. I'll be 52 this coming August 4th. I will be 52 years old. Yes, not 60, not 60. Although I have the wisdom of a 60-year-old, yes, I have the wisdom and the knowledge of a 60-year-old from all the much, much older people around me and my family who have given me the knowledge. But so I'm changing these forces, right? You realize, no, hold on. See, I'm never gonna get to tell this story. No, Alex, actually, I'm not almost AARP. I am AARP. I'm a member of AARP. Don't laugh, bro. I get my discounts at the restaurants and stuff like that. That's what's up. You know, you're all good. Oh man, that's right. That's right, Will. Wow. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Definitely have to celebrate that one. Definitely. Been around all my life. And yes, I am AARP, Alex. Shut up. I'm a member, but proud member. You know, like I said, we get our discounts at the restaurants. We're like, hey, do you take AARP? They're like, oh, yes. They look at us because we look so good for our age. They're like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't see people running around faking AARP cards just to get a discount at a restaurant. There's other ways. So I'm trying to tell you guys that I changed out my faucets. All right. I'm not the president. So I changed out my faucets because they were leaking so bad, and some of the hot water was leaking. And, you know, I'm new to all this stuff. I'm new to all this house stuff. I'm a kid from the project. So, you know, we play with the only water stuff like that I play with is from the pump. So I'm turning off. I'm finding where all my valves are in the house. And I had to turn off like 3 different valves. I had the main water line valve, and then the valve that goes upstairs, and then the valve that goes to the next level. So I finally got all the water done. Call the super. I have no super. I'm the super. There is no super anymore. I'm the super. I'm the assistant super. I'm the handyman. You know, actually, you know, Buddha is also with me. We're the assistant supers. We help each other because he did, after my back almost died from being on the wooden frame that was high off the floor. So my back is like arched, and then on the other side, it's going back down again. And after doing the first one, because the bolts were so old, they were very old, the houses, you know. So some of them were rusted shut, so they were really hard to get an angle on. And we finally got it. I finally did the one, got it working. He did the other one, we got it working. So we feel good. I mean, there's no punchline to this. If you're waiting for like and then the walls exploded. No, that didn't happen. Hold up. Wear a white shirt and roll up a pack of cigarettes on your shoulder now. I'm Schneider. I'm dating, boy. You dating yourself too, brother, because you know that Schneider. That's from One Day at a Time, and not a lot of people know that show unless you over a certain age, buddy. So you getting up there. It's just, you know, I'm already there. I'm directing you. I'm directing traffic. I'm like, come on, let's go, Alex. Come this way. Let's go, Sky. Come this way. Kareem too. All your guys come this way. I'll show you where to go. But yeah, there's no punchline. The walls didn't explode. The water didn't spurt out of the spout or anything like that. It actually worked. There's no more leak. Now we can go to sleep peacefully at night without hearing the water running like a water torture. So that was pretty fun. So on to the next thing, which is probably I don't know. I'm not sure. The next thing we're doing is we're putting like the floors in and painting Layla's room, my daughter's room, my youngest. And we're all, I mean, what's funny is that in that room now, all the stuff that's together, her bed that's together, all her things, she did all that. She put her bed together. She put her brother's bed together. She's pretty handy. She's probably a little more handy than I am. So we're going to tackle her room next. And little by little, we're going to get the house together. We hopefully, you know, we'll have people over for some barbecue and stuff like that sometime in the late summer. We'll see. We shall see. But speaking of summer, speaking of Labor Day, that's the end of summer. The beginning of summer, Memorial Day, you know, I think back, I wanted to ask people, what was your favorite Memorial Day memory, or summer barbecue memory that you could recall? What made it so special? I know one for me. I don't think it was Memorial Day. I think it was the 4th of July, but it's something because we had a video of that, and Mr. Lopez can attest to this, because the reason why we don't have the video anymore is because when we got back to the neighborhood, someone broke into Will's car and stole the camera that had this videotape of this very, very special, this very, very special time. You're in the process of making a fire pit. That's cool. You gotta let me know how that works. I wouldn't mind doing one of those myself. So this picnic that we had, my dad was one of the big memories of my dad. My dad is he's off in the distance and he's dancing. He's coming from the parking lot, and this guy, we're filming him, and he is just doing all these jumps and turns and dancing, and he's having all this stuff. And it was just, my dad had a great sense of humor, and I believe that I have inherited his sense of humor to find fun and humor in things that don't necessarily are funny. Alice said, going to Coney Island with some spaghetti and white rice and Wonder Bread. How old were you, bro? Did you just get off the boat? What was going on with that one? So we filmed this, and that day we were playing volleyball that day, and we were doing all kinds of just fun stuff, and there was so much different activities, and we got most of it on tape, and we were so glad to get that stuff on tape, and and then my brother-in-law's car got broken into, and they stole the VCR. They stole the huge, because that wasn't back when we had the little mini cameras. William Lopez. Wait. That's a Dominican thing. Bro, you know about that. No, I don't. So my brother-in-law was big time, film everything. He, was it that time? I don't. He's remember. I think that was a different one. The Search for the Bottle for me. Listen, this is my show. You are not going to shout out my secrets. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, one time they had to search for a bottle for me when I was a baby. They searched all over the world for a bottle, because I don't know. I had a bottle till I was too old to have a bottle. Anyway, I think this was a different time. But getting back to William. Will documented many things. He has many videos of many events. But you got to remember that back when we were growing up, it wasn't the little video camera. It was the big ass ABC News camera with the light, So we would be at different events in the house and stuff, and Willie would always be click, and it would be like the big beam of light going on everywhere. When you look back on it now, it was so funny, because you had to really be, when you got on video in the mid 80s, you were like under a microscope. You were like in some kind of interrogation, because they had the big light on top of the camera, and it's pointing down at you. The Sony Betacam. That's what it was. The Sony Betacam, and it was huge. But you could always count on stuff being recorded, man. And if it wasn't, I think that's where I got into documenting a lot of things. Like when I went on to do music and stuff like that, or filming every aspect of what was going on, because of Willie, because of his brother Eddie. It was just always something that was being documented. And I mean, even to the point that there was a party one time, and we took the camera and we ran to the stairs of my brother-in-law's building, because all of my sisters, or all the smokers, were in the stairs, smoking in the stairs. Like, we were back in the 70s in the projects. They didn't have, so we ran in there like we were doing like Geraldo Rivera, burst open the door, and it's like, look, here we go. We have them on the stairs. And so we would always do things like that with video and stuff. So he has so many films of things like that. But that one story, unfortunately, that one episode with my dad dancing down to the parking lot That's in my head. That is burned in my memory. But I wish that we had that tape. But so some knucklehead out there decided that he wanted to steal the video camera. Probably couldn't even run with it very far because it was so big. But yeah, that's what they did. And that tape was gone, and that was one of the best picnics. I think that was the same. If I'm not mistaken, well, that was the 4th of July that Dave Righetti pitched a no-hitter. It was either Dave Righetti or Jim Abbott that they pitched a no-hitter that day. It was the same day we had that picnic that they pitched a no-hitter, that we played the volleyball, and that Dad did all the craziness dancing down the and yeah, he still have the whole beta cam. I have one of your beta cams too. I still have one of your old ones that you lent me. I still have it in my right over here in my basement. If you got to see over here, we have that, and I use that because I'm all my videos from when my son was born, my daughter was born, all kinds of stuff, all the music stuff, all the rehearsals I have, and I've been transferring those over the years. They take forever, and yes, that was it. The no hitter, that was it. My sister has confirmed that. That is my sister. And it's nice to my family and my fans, and they watch stuff, and I have some regulars, I have some regulars. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that was a great summer. It was a great summer. I remember another Memorial Day. I don't know. It was summer. I don't know, Memorial Day, 4th of July. We were going out, but a horrible thing had happened in our neighborhood. There was a suicide. Why I'm laughing, I don't know. Like I said, like my dad, I find humor in some of the craziest things. Not in the suicide, but in what played out during the day. There was a suicide. A girl jumped. It was a building on 3rd Avenue. She jumped off of the building. And of course, everybody described what was going on. Oh my gosh, she was there in the ground. Her eyes popped out and she was just laying there. It was horrible. And I'm a young kid. I'm maybe like, I'm a chicken shit kid. I was scared of everything. I was scared of like the L train. I didn't like going on the train because of the noise. But anyway, we hear this story before that. So this story is just like on my mind. It's just something that I can't get out of my head. I'm thinking about it. And we go have our day, and then we come back. Now, across the street from my building, there was a school that we all went to. It's called CES 55. And we're sitting on the steps of 55. And like they said, I couldn't look at it. I couldn't look at anything. And let me see, wait, we have it? Okay, hold on. And so we get back to the neighborhood, and again, we're sitting in front of 55, and I believe my brother's friend, Ivan, and my sister's current husband, not current husband, like she had a bunch of them, her husband, Willis, they were notorious for messing with me because I was a pain in the ass sometimes. But so every now and then they were trying to kind of get me back for all the nonsense that I would put them through in the room, like making them, babysit me and wanting to hang out with all the big guys and being a pain. So there was a pile of garbage leaning up against a lamppost, and it had a sheet over it. For whatever reason, this freaking neighborhood, it had a sheet over the garbage, and it made the garbage it literally looked like somebody was laying on the floor covered with a blanket. So, of course, they saw that. They remembered that I was still concerned about the story about the girl jumping off the roof. And somebody was like, oh, my God, there goes the body. And I looked and I saw this sheet, and it looked like I said, it looked like a body covered with a blanket. And I freaked out. Now I started crying, and I got all freaked out. And those are the things that later on I laughed about it. I realized how silly it was, but those are the kind of things that would happen during the summer times. My sister said she's crying laughing because it was hysterical. It's what you sometimes when you're in your teens and you're like you're 19, 20, stuff like that, and you have little kids around you. They want to be part of the crew. They want to be there, and they're a pain. My sister Ruthie used to have to take me out all the time. And when I got to a certain age, they were like, take Frankie with you. You got to go outside. You got to take him with you. And she would have to do that. And it was nuts. And I learned a lot of things during those times, but that's for another story. But then the guys would get irritated with me, so they would show me stuff that I was scared of. I was scared of the cover of the Sly and the Family Stone album. I forget the album what it was, but if you are a musical aficionado and you know the group Sly and the Family Stone, you know that that man was not the most pleasant looking. His face was a little rough, and on the album was a big shot of his face, and I was terrified of that. Um, I was terrified of that cover, and they would come down the hallway with that with me, or they would do all kinds of stuff, man, to either scare me or to bother me, But we would all do that to each other. I mean, in the summertime, when it was hot out and after people would hang outside, sometimes the neighborhood would get a little rough. So everybody came to my mother's house, all my sister's friends, my brother's friends, the guys, they would all come to my house on the sixth floor of 1420 Washington Avenue. And, they would hang out there. But we would just create games there. I mean, they would have water fights in the house. We would have, throw cups of water at each other. They would have this game where they would turn all the furniture in the house upside down. Not in the house, but like in my brother's room. My brother would leave for a little while, or he would go out and like go to work or something, and he would come back, and the guys have flipped all the furniture upside down. And it would take him a little bit to realize that he'd walk in the room and walk back out and then come back in, and he would like, the lamp would be upside down, the bed would be upside down, the curtains would be reversed and stuff like that. Or they would like take pictures of like Playboy magazines and tape them to the ceiling and tape them to the bed under the sheets so that you lay down and you start filling, the pictures. I mean, everything and anything that you could think of to prank or to have fun. That's the things that we did when I was growing up with my sisters and my brothers. I mean, I can't tell you how much fun it was to see all that and to be around that. And I think, that's why, with me now, and even my wife, because her family, there was a lot of people in her family too. We like that feeling of people, of the kids being around us. I've never been one, and I'll never be one to be like, oh, I wish the kids would get out of here. Because I grew up with so many people around and so many different, voices and influences and humor. I want to have that. I want my kids to experience growing up with different characters. You had a guy named Hector, who was a filmmaker. I don't know what Hector's doing now, but he would run around, with his little projector, and he would tell you things. He'd be like, "All right, do a fight scene." He'd be like, "Hey, Frankie, act," and I'd be like, "Act? Like, what are you talking about?" But those are things that we would get, man. One of my brother's best friends, Ivan, rest in peace. He passed away several years ago, but another character, Dan's character, all the guys were into like martial arts, so they would all train, and everybody had nunchucks, so they had gis and stars, and they all wore the Chinese slippers with afros and stuff like that. And it was just growing up. I had so many different experiences, and you got this right here, and Christmas and Santa. One of the experiences that I had, it wasn't summertime, but it was the experience with the time that I saw Santa Claus. And, that was a day that my intellect and my pure childhood innocence were conflicting, because the door opened up in the projects, man. This is a project. Ain't no damn chimneys. There's no chimneys for Santa to come down. So Santa had to take the elevator like everybody else, or down the stairs. Whatever he had to do, he did. Maybe he came out the incinerator, but there's no chimneys. So here comes Santa down 6th floor, knocking on the door, and he what was that way? Used to get Ninja Stars in the bag of yes, Urban Santa we're talking about. He comes down and he knocks on the door. Santa's from the hood, so he's no joke because he's walking through the projects. So there's another story of my mom's. My dad put on my mom's wig, rolled up his pants, and put lipstick on and danced. It was hysterical. Like I said, I had so many stories, but my sisters and brothers had even more, because I'm the baby of the family. So by the time I came around, they already had a multitude of different stories that we had. But the Santa Claus thing. So Santa knocks on the door. My mother opens the door, and I'm standing there, not supposed to be up because you're supposed to be in bed. it's Christmas. Kids supposed to be asleep. So first of all, I'm like, oh shit, Santa, I got caught. So what? Am I gonna get in trouble? What's gonna happen? So I see Santa. Santa comes in, ho ho ho. He's got the whole outfit and everything, and he goes into his bag of presents and he pulls out a present and hands it to me, and you know. I'm like, oh my God, it's Santa Claus. This is the most wonderful thing, I've ever seen. This is amazing. Da, 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 da. And he throws the bag down the hallway. He throws the bag, he leaves the bag, throws it down the hallway, wishes me Merry Christmas, and then he leaves. Now, my young self at that time was so excited about seeing Santa Claus, but one thing stuck out in my mind, and I can visually see it to this day. If I close my eyes, I can visually see the fact that Santa Claus threw the purple and white striped pillowcase that used to be on my dad's bed. He threw that down the hallway. So I saw that. I was like, oh, purple and white striped pillowcase, just like my dad's, But of course, I'm the sheer joy of seeing Santa Claus is not making me be, I'm not, analyzing the situation. But it was funny because after and realizing that, times later, when I found out who it was that, Santa Claus for me, that was my brother-in-law, William Lopez, the guy is laughing his butt off right now. But he was my Santa Claus. So that's how long this guy's been around for me. My Santa Claus throwing my dad's pillowcase down. I will never forget that. That was so funny. But like I said, going back to the summer times and just the other day, me and my wife were sitting upstairs and we were sitting in our room with the lights off, the windows open, the lights off. We're just kind of sitting there. And little man, my little assistant, Sincere, he comes up and he's like, what are you doing sitting here? Why are the lights off? And I was like, oh, we're just sitting down talking. And I remember that on summer nights, that was something that we would do. In my mom's room, we would sit on the bed, the window would be open, a little breeze would be coming in because it was hot. So you had that little summer breeze coming in. And he would just sit in the dark and talk, and laugh and joke and talk, jokes or stories or talk about whatever things were going on. And that was something that we did often. I don't know if other people did. I'm sure people did that all over the projects, because that's just what you did. You sat there and you opened the window and you listened to the sounds of the street. And you, sometimes it was, if anybody is remember from 1420, if anybody looks at this, there were the jams that would be out in Maxwell, the basketball courts, and they would have the summer jams out there, or, and then they would have the guys that would be singing, and it was just the whole experience of the area. I mean, those were the good things that even though you grew up in those, shitty neighborhoods, but, there were times that they were so fun. There were times that there was just so much fun because of the people and what they did, and he says, yeah, Will says they still do that. They still at night with the lights off. We just talk, man. It's like it allows you almost to focus on what it is you're seeing only. It just lets you kind of just live in the moment of the words. You don't have any light on, so you can't see stuff, and you're not distracted by colors or everything. You're just hearing each other, and you just kind of got the silhouettes of each other in the room, and you're just hearing the words. And it really makes a difference. If you've never had a conversation, try that one day. Go in the bedroom, open the window, turn off the lights, and just talk to each other. Not before you go to bed, not when you're going to sleep, but just hang out there for a while. And you see how different it is, the conversation, how sometimes you just get so involved in listening to your partner speak, or your friend or your dad or your daughter or whatever, just listening to their words, where you don't have other things distracting you. It's a different experience. But it's everybody has had one of those experiences in summer where you have that unforgettable summer. I think everybody has had that experience. That there's that one summer where you're like, wow, I really remember that summer. That summer was really great. And I feel fortunate that I've had a couple of those. I've had a couple of those. I had a summer with my sister Evelyn and I. We went to Florida. We took a train down to Florida, and I met this girl named Denise. And I was like, I think I had to be like 13, 12, something like that. I think it was like not too far after my mom passed. Maybe I was like 11 or 12. And she was like 15 or 17, and we met at the hotel. And she was so cool. She was just being nice, but I was like, oh, Denise, and that was like one of my first crushes. And I remember that summer because I remember my sister and I, that was the first time I rode on a train, and I rode to Florida. And it was 27 hours, 27 hours on a train to Florida. And on the way back, I think we had like M&Ms. That's what we had because we spent so much money in Florida. On the way back, we were like, "Oh, what do you got?" Well, I got some packs of M&Ms that we're gonna eat really slowly until we get back to the city. But it was a great summer. Like I said, the summer with my dad, the summer with the picnics. I remember the 4th of July. The one time my whole family and we have a picture of my dad and my mom sitting down. I don't know if we were in the cloisters or we were on the east side, the highway over there, and we went to see the fireworks, and we stood there and we watched the fireworks. I remember that summertime, because that was like one of the last few times that my mom and my dad and all of us were together, doing something out of the house, and we were just all over. Even though my dad would always, we would go driving quite often. We would just get in the car and we would drive to like 116th Street in Harlem, and we would get like coquitos from there's like a coquito place. We would just drive over there and get coquitos, or we would drive to the McDonald's that's in Parkchester, which is, if nobody knows, that's the first McDonald's in the Bronx, I believe. That was the first McDonald's. And we would get in the car, get in his station wagon, Black Beauty. He called his station wagon Black Beauty. And we would get in the car and we would drive to that McDonald's, to the drive-through, and we would get the drive-through and we would go, or we would drive to 116th Street and get the coquitos over there and then come back to the house. So we did do those things, but that 4th of July event was like a really big, like, going out and catching all that. Yeah. But it was, those were great times, those are great times. Fordham Road. Yeah. I mean, those are memories that I hope that everybody has. I hope everybody has a summer that was so special to them that they remember like it was just yesterday, that they could see in their mind when they close their eyes. It's special times, so when people have these events, these barbecues, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, things like that, it's special, it's special, and it's things that you remember like that make, when you look back, you want to look back on your life and have those type of memories as well. Oh, excuse me, it's awful. You want to look back and have those type of memories. Oh, we said it was Piña Icy, 118th, Ococo, the Italian joint, 118th Street. Yeah, those are the places. Those are the places that we used to go to, and I'm so glad that I had those memories to share. I talk to my kids about stuff like that, and I hope that I give kids my kids have given them memories to look at. They talk about things sometimes, and I'm like, what was that? And they're like, you don't remember that, So I like that. I like when they bring up stuff, and that means that they will have the same type of experience when they look back and they go, yeah, remember when that, this happened when me and dad did this, or me and mom and dad did that. And it's important to have memories like that. So people, I am not, like I said, I'm not staying on long today. I wasn't going to even come on here today. But I decided to, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad those of you that came to spend this little half hour or so with me, I'm happy that you came. And next week, we'll start with our guest next week. We have a special guest this week, and I will put out the information on who's showing up during this week, so you guys will know who the guest is. And we're going to go back to doing a couple of guests, and then we're going to do some more topical shows. And then I'm hoping to get into some music. I want to get some live performances up in here for people to sing or do poetry or play the guitar or whatever it is. I'm fully vaccinated. If you're fully vaccinated and you got some talent and you want to come on the show, my man, Jay Butler, Jay Harmony, what's up, man? What's going on? You have some talent, you want to come on the show, shoot me an email at dencitytonight@gmail.com. dencitytonight@gmail.com. Call me and leave me a voicemail, 732-955-4931. And let me know. We'll set up something. Hold up. I'm not talking about that. Damn Knicks, Yankees. We're gonna have to. No, I'm sorry, Will. I'm not focusing on the Nets. The Nets are the anti-New York. Nope. I can't do it. Kyrie, Harden, Durant. I can't go for that. The way they got together was not. It wasn't generic. It wasn't natural. It was evil. It was an evil put together thing, and I will not go for the Nets ever. I'm a Knicks fan. I don't care if we lose. We got a game at the Garden. We'll win this game. We're probably going to lose the series because we're going to go back to Atlanta, and I think we just have no answer for my man Trae Young, other than to like push him. If this was like 90s basketball, we just knock him out somewhere. When are we going to do part 2 of the Business and Pleasure reunion? Yo, let me know. Let's call Shagan. We called Miles. If you guys don't know, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of episodes, it was the last, I think it was not the last episode, but the next to last episode of season 1, Business and Pleasure, which was my original group. We got together, and Miles and John, J Harmony and Milo, we were here live in studio. We talked about all kinds of things, and it took us 3 hours, and we still didn't finish our conversation. So also, some of my audio wasn't working because I didn't double check my audio setup, so you couldn't hear Shagan, which was the 4th member on the phone. You couldn't hear some of the songs that I played. So it was a great episode, but we didn't get to finish it. So we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it this week and see when everybody is available. We'll hit up Shay, and we'll have everybody here, man. And we'll pick up where we left off. That's right. For freaking 3 hours. It didn't seem like it because we were just talking about different stuff. And when I looked at the time, I was like, yo, we've been on for 3 hours. It was crazy. But it was great. So I'm not sure what I lost my train of thought because of, live performances. So yes, dencitytonight@gmail.com, 732-955-4931. Call, leave a message. Let me know if you don't, are trying to build up your audience, or you just you haven't had a chance to perform live anywhere. Come down. We'll set up. I have enough room here. I got all the equipment, and we'll get a nice little setup for you. We can do a live performance, and we can have some fun. You can tell all your fans to come check it out. But that's it for me this week. We're gonna have still much more to talk about. Kevin Brown, my man, thank you for coming out. I don't know how long you was with me, but I appreciate it. It seems like people are coming on now, and I'm about to go off the air. We were talking about summer. We can sing Brand New Side. Yeah. We can sing Brand New Side. You want to perform? You can lip sing. Yeah, we can do that too. We can have karaoke. We can have people that really, really cannot sing, and we will have them come up. We can do that too. I'll do a whole karaoke show, no problem. We can sing Brand New Side. We can do whatever, man. But I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Like I said, next week we'll be back with a special guest, and have fun, man. Hold on. How about having a life coach on to talk about relationships? Actually, that's a good thing. And actually, what I do want to do as well, not only just a life coach, I want to have a topic. I'm gonna, if anybody has some ideas for topics they would like to have discussed, but I have some of my own, obviously. I want to just have a panel of different people, not just necessarily a coach, but just different people, maybe different generation, or someone from an older generation, a little bit younger, and we'll sit down and we'll just discuss the topic of the day. And it won't just be me discussing it. It'll be a couple of different opinions. We can set it up. I'll send you the link, and you can be part of the show. And the pool, I gotta get the pool. I need a pool guy, man. If you know a pool guy for above ground pools that could get me together, please let me know, because the other guy that I worked with, he was trying to get over on some stuff. But if anybody on here knows a person that can help with an above ground pool to get it set up, if I see it says you do, so then you need to let that person know about me, my friend. And I need to get it cleaned out and hold on. I know nothing about pools, nothing except how to get in and swim. So I need some help. So let me know. All right, y'all. Next week, Den City Tonight. We'll be back next Monday, 8 p.m. Special guest. I love all you guys. And I got so many messages coming in. I appreciate it, man. I almost don't want to leave, but they ordered me food, so I have to go upstairs and eat. And that's about it, because I wasn't really going to come on today, but it turned out to be a lot of fun, as it always is. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you next week.
Wake up, everybody. I just wanna start a new day. Remember what I say. Remember what I say. Remember what I remember. Remember what I say. Remember what I say. Remember what I remember. Remember what I say.